I'm Troubleshoot. You've probably heard of the Cobblemon mod or Cobblemon Modpack. With over 10 million downloads, it's a great way to put Pokemon in Minecraft. But one of the most overlooked recent mods, the COBBLEVERSE Modpack, takes Cobblemon to the next level. The original mod has over 700 Pokemon to catch, but the COBBLEVERSE has over 970 by default without FakeMon. FakeMon are basically custom Pokemon you can download from the Cobblemon Discord, things like that. So just with that alone, this mod pack's had a huge amount of love put into it. Also, pretty importantly, the original mod and mod pack can get pretty boring pretty quickly, unless you add mods that bring gyms, trainers, things like that. But the COBBLEVERSE adds these, a custom soundtrack, so many structures, and a ton of single player and multiplayer enhancements, just to name a few things. And of course, keeping true to Minecraft, you'll still be doing tons of exploration, building, crafting, and mining, whether you're playing multiplayer or single player. There's so much to do in this huge customizable experience, not to mention shaders by default. Let's get into it. But before we do, this video was sponsored by Apex Hosting. If you're looking for a fantastic Minecraft server host or any other game for that matter, Apex Hosting is where you should be going. With super low latency, powerful DDoS protection, great customer support, automated backups, and so much more, Apex Hosting is a fantastic way to get started. Click the first link down below and check out the latest coupon code in the top right. Currently it's APEX25 for 25% off your first invoice. Get your server started real quick. Simply choose Get Started, select your game, Minecraft, Java, Bedrock, or any other game for that matter. Choose your server size and order now. If you're interested in playing the Cobblemon or COBBLEVERSE mod pack, on your panel, make sure to select next to Game File, your custom pack, for which there's thousands to choose from. I'll search for COBBLEVERSE and here it is. One click and you'll have your server set up in no time. A huge shout out to Apex Hosting for sponsoring this guide. Without going through every feature individually, these are the major points that you can pause and read, as there's a huge number of changes mostly described here. A lot of them are fantastic quality of life improvements, new additions, things like that. If you want to play COBBLEVERSE, there's a few ways to get it. The COBBLEVERSE mod pack is on Modrinth and CurseForge, though I'd recommend using Modrinth, and the easiest way to get things going is using either the CurseForge launcher, the Modrinth launcher, or a third-party launcher like I'll be using, such as Prism Launcher or Multi-MC. To install in Prism MC, all you need to do is head across to Add Instance, choose Modrinth, then search for, right over here, COBBLEVERSE, find it, select it, and hit OK. The mod pack will then be downloaded and added to your instance list. All you need to do now is just double click and fire it up. Just a quick note, I did install Distant Horizons. If you want to do that too, right click it, choose Edit, and then under the Mods tab, simply choose Download Mods in the top right, followed by searching for Distant Horizons, select it, select mod for download, and review and confirm. Once it's done downloading, fire it up and get playing. So, when you first hop into a world, your journey starts immediately. You'll see press C to start. By hitting this key, we'll open up our starter Pokemon selection screen. Here, you can select from one of many regions and choose a Pokemon to start with. I'll choose Palette, as in here. We can choose Pikachu as my starting Pokemon, though of course you'll be choosing based on whatever region you're currently in. Say you're currently in an icy region, you can benefit from choosing a fire-type Pokemon. And of course, a massive difference from the Cobblemon mod pack, you'll see that we start with a few items. Let's quickly run through them. You'll notice that we start with 10 Pokeballs to start your Pokemon collection. To get more, you can either purchase them, find them, or very easily simply run around until you find different looking trees, such as these ones over here in the distance. You can hold right click to zoom in as well. This tree over here is an apricorn tree, and picking these ripe berries, you'll get yourself a couple of apricorns. These can be used to craft Pokeballs at different rarities. Using the roughly enough item screen, you can search for different items to craft, and of course, there are so many. Searching for ball, we've got Pokeballs over here, for which there are 32 different types that we can craft. These go from really simple and easy to find to really rare and powerful Pokeballs that require much better items to craft. Most of them though are just apricorns around a copper ingot or iron ingot, so it's relatively simple to craft. Then right next to it, you'll also have some Oran berries, which can be used to restore 10 HP when at half max HP or less. Then you'll also see you've got a Cobbleverse guidebook, which, when interacted with, opens up some info such as Discord and how to toggle certain things like disabling the level cap, enabling mobs, or enabling hunger, etc. Some things that you may find really useful when you're playing this particular mod pack. Followed by our first item over here, a map which takes us to our first gym. Simply holding this will start your Pokemon adventure really quickly. Travel in that direction until you find your first gym and fight your way up from there. Of course, quite obnoxiously in our offhand, you've also noticed this item here. This is our Pokédex. Simply right-click to read about different Pokemon, such as the ones that you have, things like that. Not to mention, running up to something, you can right-click it to find out information if you've already seen it or fought it before. Then finally, the last item here is your trainer card, and this shows you just how far this mod pack goes. In here, you'll see all of the different trainers and people that you've fought before, for which there are so many. There is so much to do in this mod pack, it's actually crazy. Simply by adventuring through the world, you can find random encounters that happen, and of course, eventually you'll also run across a couple of different trainers that you can fight. If we simply interact with this one, we get dropped straight into a fight here. You can hit R to move around and R to lock your camera. You can interact with things while you're moving around, or even craft new items that you can use to help you in the fight, etc. Returning to the fight, we can choose to fight, switch, or forfeit, and much better than the original Cobblemon mod, we can now hover over these abilities to see exactly what they do, which makes life a ton easier. You no longer need to remember absolutely everything you're working with. These are just one of the many quality of life improvements that make this mod pack so powerful. Now, unfortunately, I can't do much against the Geodude, but I think we need to run away first. They need a rest, but at least if we beat them, they'll appear in our trainer card where we can find information about them and see that we've fought them before. Just hitting R to pick up your Pokemon or R to throw them down and the up and down arrow keys to swap between them on the side of your screen, you can easily manage your Pokemon as you're playing. You'll also see a little green icon above them when you have Pokemon out in the world, and they're easy enough to pull back. And of course, while you're playing the game, there's lots to craft and lots to do. Usually the first thing you'll be crafting is a PC, which can be crafted with some iron, glass, copper, and smooth stone, which is just smelted stone. And of course, once you have one and place one down, you can interact with it and place some of your Pokemon inside to store them. However, in the Cobbleverse, you don't actually need to craft this at all. Simply just running around anywhere, you can hit P and open up a PC from anywhere. It's a powerful quality of life improvement, which you obviously don't have to use, but it's a great addition to the game. And of course, after winning or losing battles, your Pokemon will need some HP to get back. This can be done either by just sitting around and waiting for time to pass while they're in your inventory, or of course, sleeping will give them a pretty big boost in that, but you can also go ahead and craft a healing machine, which after you place it down, seems like I'm getting distracted by a, well, random interaction here. Let's just sort this out. There we go. So placing down a healing machine, after time passes, you'll be able to very quickly bring your Pokemon back up to full HP, but you can also find these inside of towns and things like that. And finally, of course, while you're playing and leveling up, your Pokemon will need things like held items to make them a lot more powerful, and of course, there are so many to think of. You can see most of them through your roughly enough items screen, but the best place to find out info on held items and things like that would be the Cobblemon wiki. While the Cobbleverse does actually have a wiki, it's rather bare bones at this current point. Most, if not everything from the Cobblemon wiki still applies here, such as commands, Pokemon, items, blocks, and things like that. Inside of here as well, you'll also find info on different evolution stones, which you'll need to find and use at different points through the game, of course also to make held items. These can be found around the world as just normal new spawning ores, and of course, the Cobbleverse wiki, even while a bit bare bones, does give you a ton of info on custom structures, money that you can earn in the game, and things like that. So yeah, there's also money now. While you're playing out in the wild, you'll also be collecting Pokédollars just by completing fights, fighting trainers, random Pokemon, and you can use these Pokédollars at a Cobble merchant for Pokéballs or better items, such as candies for extra XP, or even mob drops. And relic coins are collected from Gimmighoul towers and can be spent with different kinds of merchants. So for example, from this town here, we've got this over here, which we can head to speak to the nurse and purchase different healing items, or of course, just use the healing machines behind them to heal up our Pokemon real quick. And of course, from these market buildings here, we can also speak to the shopkeepers and trade some of our newly collected relic coins for different balls and things like that. And of course, while you're playing the game, you'll also need to interact with your Pokemon menu quite a bit, hitting C, the same button we used to start. Here you can see information on your different Pokemon that you've collected out in the world, such as experience points, current level, and things like that. And of course, there's another tab where we can manage our different abilities, such as the ones that we currently have enabled. We can reorder, or we can swap them out for different abilities from this menu here. Finally, the third tab is for stats. We've got general stats, we've got IVs, which are individual stats, EVs, which are effort values, and finally other, which includes our friendship and Dynamax level. Once your Pokemon collects enough XP, which you can, for example, get to them through using experience candies, you'll be able to obviously unlock new abilities, but eventually, assuming you have a Pokemon that can evolve, you'll see that they're ready to evolve, and from your Pokemon menu, you can choose to evolve them straight away to the next evolution here. Once you do, you'll see they grow up and evolve into the next level where, just like that, you can keep playing as you hope. And of course, this one's a bit too big, but if you collect smaller Pokemon out in the world, you can chuck them down and shift, right-click, and place them on your shoulder for different perks. For example, a Pikachu gives me a speed boost when I'm traveling around. You can use Whoopers for water breathing, Pidgeys for feather falling, Joltix for haste, and there's so many more out there. And of course, if Pokemon on your shoulder isn't your style, even though this is really cute, assuming you've got a big enough Pokemon to chuck down, you can also right-click them to mount them and either run around quickly, or even fly around on certain kinds of Pokemon. It's really cool. Now, obviously, there are so many Pokemon to choose from, to hunt and collect, so this mod pack has added a couple of items that make life a lot easier. First of all, you can get or craft yourself a PokéNav, which when you make one of these from some copper, iron, an electrolyzer, upgrade, diamond, and redstone, you can then use these to see the spawn rate for different Pokemon in different environments, based on whatever environment you're currently located inside. And of course, to hunt them down a bit easier, you can also purchase or craft yourself a PokéFinder, which, when crafted out of a couple apricorns, a compass, electrolyzer, and some copper, can be held to show you a minimap of different Pokemon around you. We can also interact with it to search for a specific species with specific aspects, labels, and things like that. It's a pretty powerful tool. And of course, if you're looking for a creative / faster way to get things done, if you just want to see all of the Pokemon out there, you can /give Pokemon to give yourself a specific Pokemon of any specific level with different abilities and things like that. I'll, for example, choose level 100 to spawn myself a level 100 Aggron, which goes straight to our inventory and we can chuck them down. We can also /spawn to spawn a wild Pokemon in front of us, such as spawn Pokemon Abra, and, well, one spawned right below us. Pretty cool. Otherwise, if you're a bit crazy, you can also /give all Pokemon to give yourself every Pokemon out there now available inside of your PC, or /spawn all Pokemon, which might make your PC crash out, spawns every single Pokemon in the game in front of you. So yeah, there's quite a few. You probably wouldn't want to run this command without having a kill command ready, such as kill at E, type equals Cobblemon, Pokemon. There we go. We should hopefully come back. Yeah, now we just got a bunch of Pokemon items left on the ground. So yeah, there is a huge amount to explore in this mod pack. I really cannot cover it in one video. I'd highly recommend you check this out as it comes pre-set up with shaders and everything like that to make your Cobblemon experience a ton better. Check out the Cobbleverse linked down below. And of course, if you wish to spin up a super powerful server really quickly, you'll find Apex hosting down there as well, which makes it especially easy to get started with a Cobblemon or Cobbleverse server. Finally, you'll also find the wiki for Cobblemon and Cobbleverse linked down below, where you'll see everything you need to know about the game and so much more. So, hopefully you found this video useful. Thank you for watching. Mine's been Troubleshoot, and I'll see you all next time. Ciao.